রোকেয়া সাখাওয়াত হোসেন বা বেগম রোকেয়া, আমরা জানি তার মতিচুর, অবরোধবাসিনী, সুলতানার স্বপ্ন বা সুলতানাস ড্রিম, এই বইগুলো বাংলা সাহিত্য তথা বাংলাদেশ ইন্ডিয়া পাকিস্তান বাংলাদেশ ইন্ডিয়া পাকিস্তানে নারীদেরকে জাগিয়ে তুলেছেন তার রচনার মাধ্যমে। এটা একটি ইউটোপিয়ান রচনা, অর্থাৎ কাল্পনিক রচনা। এটা একটা নভেল যেখানে বেগম রোকেয়া স্বপ্নে দেখছেন, এই বেগম রোকেয়া বলতে সুলতানা নিজেই, যে পুরুষরা নারীদের অধীনে কাজ করছে, নারীরা হাট বাজার বাইরে যাচ্ছে, এই ব্যাপারটা যেখানে কোনো বৈষম্য, শোষণ, মানবের বঞ্চনা, লাঞ্ছনা ইত্যাদি নেই। তো সেই উপন্যাসটি তিনি বাংলায়ও লিখেছেন, আবার ইংরাজিতেও লিখেছেন। তো এই বইটি যেহেতু এবার কলেজের পাঠ্য হিসেবে দেওয়া আছে ইন্টারমিডিয়েট ফার্স্ট ইয়ারের জন্য, ইংরেজি ভার্সনটা, এটা নিজে বেগম রোকেয়ার নিজের লেখা, কোনো অনুবাদ নয়। আর ছাত্রছাত্রীদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলি যে বেগম রোকেয়া কিন্তু কোনো স্কুল কলেজে যেতে পারেননি সেই সময়ের পর্দা প্রথা বা ভেইলিং সিস্টেমের কারণে, বাট তিনি তার নিজের চেষ্টায় খুব সুন্দর ইংরেজি লিখেছেন এবং তার ইংরেজি চিঠিগুলোও খুবই সুন্দর। তো তাই ছাত্রছাত্রীদের প্রতি অনুরোধ এটা যে আমরা চেষ্টা করলেই খুব সুন্দর ইংরেজি লিখতে পারি, বলতে পারি, পড়তে পারি, এটাই। তো রোকেয়া সাখাওয়াত হোসেন, সুলতানাস ড্রিম। ওয়ান ইভিনিং I was lounging in an easy chair in my bedroom and thinking lazily of the condition of Indian womanhood. I'm not sure whether I dozed off or not, but as far as I remember, I was wide awake. I saw the moonlit sky sparkling with thousands of diamond-like stars very distinctly. All on a sudden, a lady stood before me. How she came in, I do not know. I took her for my friend, Sister Sarah. Good morning, Sister Sarah. I smiled inwardly as I knew it was not morning, but a starry night. Thank you. However, I replied to her saying, how do you do? I'm all right, thank you. Will you please come out and have a look at our garden? I'm all right, thank you. Will you please come out and have a look at our garden? I looked again at the moon through the open window and thought there was no harm in going out at that time. The men servants outside were fast asleep just then, and I could have a pleasant walk with Sister Sarah. I used to have my walks with Sister Sarah when we were at Darjeeling. Many a time did we walk hand in hand and talk light-heartedly in the botanical gardens there. I fancied Sister Sarah had probably come to take me to some such garden, and I readily accepted her offer and I went out with her. When walking, I found to my surprise that it was a fine morning. The town was fully awake and the streets alive with bustling crowds. I was feeling very shy, thinking I was walking in the street in broad daylight, but there was not a single man visible. Some of the passers-by made jokes at me. Though I could not understand their language yet, I felt sure they were joking. I asked my friend, what do they say? The women say that you look very mannish. Mannish? Said I. What do you mean by that? They mean that you are shy and timid like men. Shy and timid like men. It was really a joke. I became very nervous. When I found that my companion, Sister Sarah, was not Sister Sarah, but a stranger, oh, what a fool had I been to mistake this lady for my dear old friend, Sister Sarah. She felt my fingers tremble in her hand as we were walking hand in hand. What is the matter, dear? She said affectionately. I feel somewhat awkward, I said in a rather euphonizing tone. As being a Purdanshin woman, I am not accustomed to walking about unveiled like this. You need not be afraid of coming across a man here. This is ladyland, free from sin and harm. Virtue herself reigns here. By and by, I was enjoying the scenery. Really, it was very grand. I mistook a patch of green grass for a velvet cushion. Feeling as if I were walking on a soft carpet, I looked down and found the path covered with moss and flowers. How nice it is, said I. Do you like it? Asked Sister Sarah. I continued calling her Sister Sarah, and she kept calling me by my name. Yes, very much. But I do not like to tread on the tender, sweet flowers. Never mind, dear Sultana. Your reading, your trading will not harm them, and they are street flowers. The whole place looks like a garden, said I admiringly. You have arranged every plant so skillfully. Your Calcutta could become a nicer garden than this if only your countrymen wanted to make it so. They would think it useless. They would think it useless to give so much attention to horticulture while they have so many other things to do. They could not find a better excuse, said she with a smile. I became very curious to know where the men were. I met more than 100 women while walking there, but not a single man. Where are the men? I asked her. In their proper places where they ought to be. Pray, let me know what you mean by their proper places. Oh, I see my mistake. You cannot know our customs as you were never before here. We shut our men indoors, just as we are kept in the janana. Exactly so. How funny. I burst into a laugh. Sister Sarah laughed too. But dear Sultana, how unfair it is to shut in the harmless women and let loose the men. Why? It is not safe for us to come out of the janana as we are naturally weak. Yes, it is not safe so long as there are men about the streets, nor is it so when a wild animal enters a marketplace. Of course not. Suppose some lunatics escape from the asylum and begin to do all sorts of mischief to men, horses, and other creatures. In that case, what will your countrymen do? They will try to capture them and put them back into their asylum. Thank you, and you do not think it wise to keep sane people inside an asylum and let loose the insane? Of course not, said I, laughing lightly. As a matter of fact, in your country, this very thing is done. Men who do, or at least are capable of doing no end of mischief, are let loose, and in the innocent women shut up in the janana. How can you trust those untrained men out of doors? We have no hand or voice in the management of our social affairs. In India, man is lord and master. He has taken to himself all powers and privileges and shut up the women in the janana. Why do you allow yourselves to be shut up? Because it cannot be helped, as they are stronger than women. A lion is stronger than a man, but it does not enable him to dominate the human race. You have neglected the duty you owe to yourselves, and you have lost your natural rights by shutting your eyes to your own interest. But, my dear sister Sarah, if we do everything by ourselves, what will the men do then? They should not do anything. Excuse me, they are fit for nothing. Only catch them and put them into the janana. But would it be very easy to catch and put inside the four walls? Said I. And even if this were done, would all their business, political and commercial, also go with them into the Janana? Sister Sarah made no reply. She only smiled sweetly. Perhaps she thought it useless to argue with one who was no better than a frog in a well. By this time, we reached Sister Sarah's house. It was situated in a beautiful heart-shaped garden. It was a bungalow with a corrugated iron roof. It was cooler and nicer than any of our rich buildings. I cannot describe how neat and how nicely furnished and how tastefully decorated it was. So that's half of the of Sultana's Dream by Begum Rokeya, that is designed for SSC first paper. Inshallah, in the later videos, we will talk about the last part of the Sultana's Dream novel. Thank you very much.